And we are live. Good morning, Warriors, and welcome to the Gentlemen of Crypto. I'm your host, Isaiah Jackson, and we have a great show for you today on this beautiful Monday. Some great news stories for you as well. Crypto community baffled by SBF dictating terms over congressional hearing. Pakistan launches new laws to expedite CBDC launch by 2025. Novogratz Galaxy Digital to acquire Celsius GK8 and bankruptcy garage sale. And last but not least, Chinese court says NFTs are virtual property protected by law. But first, let's take a look at our prices for today. A little bit of movement over the weekend, not too much. However, Bitcoin today is sitting at $17,153, up 0.76%. Ethereum at $1,281 is up 1.7%. Binance Coin at $291, up 0.67%. XRP at 39 cents is up 0.4% today. Dogecoin sitting at number 8 is 10 cents, up 0.18% today. Cardano at 32 cents is up 0.8% today. And last but not least, Polygon at 92 cents is up 1.1% today. So those are our prices for today. Like I said, not too much movement. The top 10 hasn't changed much. Some of the trending coins include Hey, Terra Classic, Solana, and for the DGens, Xmatic, Interport token, and Metadance. Oh yeah, so seeing a lot of Meta tokens popping up as well. I want to wait for everybody to jump in. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Oh yeah, shout out to Virgo, Woe Be Easy, Kimbo Crypto, JJ Wentworth, Sergeant Crypto, Janine Hayes. What's up, what's up? Make sure you hit that like and share button. I know it's Monday. I know some people getting back from Art Basel a little groggy, tired from running around. Art Basel was definitely whirlwind. I didn't even get to see everybody I wanted to, but yeah, definitely had a good time and did a lot of networking there. So shout out to everybody that was in Florida. Yeah, if I saw you, congrats. You got to see me at least once because most people I only got to see maybe for a split second. So let's just go ahead and jump into our top story for today. Crypto community baffled by SBF dictating terms over congressional hearing. And this is a crazy story simply because we told you this would happen. He's not going to jail. It doesn't look like. It doesn't seem as though he's even scared. He's scheduling podcast out for, like the next month with no, fear of anything happening. However, you can go on a podcast and lie, but you cannot go to Congress and lie because that is automatic jail. And many in the crypto community pointed towards Bankman-Fried's political donations and good Democratic connections via his parents, yes, being one of the key reasons for him to evade arrest. And whenever people say that, the law is fair and the law is, just, it is much more than other places. I will say that America has done its best. However, there are still people above the law. And we've seen this, everybody in their lifetime has seen this a bunch. I think this is the first time some people in the crypto community are seeing it right in their face where this corruption happens. So he declined to testify before the United States Congress until he's finished learning and reviewing what happened. How do you not know what happened? I mean, come on. It says here in his tweet, Representative Waters in the House Committee on Financial Services, once I have finished learning and reviewing what happened, I would feel like it was my duty to appear before the committee and explain. I'm not sure what will happen by the 13th, but when it does, I will testify. So his unwillingness to testify December 13th, despite a barrage of media appearances, didn't go down well with the crypto community. Of course, this was going crazy on Twitter. I've seen this. He's been on like 2 spaces. I've seen his interview with Stephanopoulos with the New York Times. All of those are mostly softball questions. And even then, he couldn't answer some of those questions. So who knows if he gets in front of Congress and there's a couple of people that ask him about the donations and who was running the company, would he actually be able to answer those questions? So on Zero Hedge, it says, it may take me 50 years to learn what happened in the company I ran, but by God, I swear it will be my duty to appear before Congress sometime in 2089. So they're basically joking on the fact that this man never really has to own up for anything he's done. And if you've seen any of his interviews, most of them are him basically puff pieces. I didn't know what I was doing. I missed that. It was a misaccounting. And it's like, no, it was pure fraud. Like, what are you doing? So let's see. Some of the people are jumping in. Make sure you jump in. Make sure you hit that like. Also, too, I do want to mention, because some people are already putting it in the chat, Caroline Ellison was spotted in New York at Soho. Oh man, so well, that's the thing. It's allegedly, nobody has confirmed completely that it's her. It looks like it to me. I'm not sure what anybody else thinks, but definitely looks like it to me. And he says, I think somebody said they were meeting with someone so that she could snitch. So that's even crazier if she turns her back and then reveals everything Sam was doing. That's gonna be a crazy story. But the fact that they're both walking around free, people are still spotting them out and about. The crypto, BitBoy Crypto was in the Bahamas looking for him. I mean, these people should have been locked up a long time ago, but it looks like they are not going to be prosecuted. So Crypto Society, did you see the one where he was asked if anyone does something wrong, she'd be punished? Yeah. And they literally said yes or no answer. Should you be punished? And he was like, I feel like it's my duty to try. I don't know. He just a bunch of words. Either way, he hasn't really answered any questions. So that's one of the main things you've seen in this story right here. So let's jump to our next story. Pakistan launches new laws to expedite CBDC launch by 2025. Oh man, we told you it was coming since 2018. Don't be surprised, people. The State Bank of Pakistan has signed in new laws for electronic money institutions, non-bank entities offering digital payment instruments to ensure the timely issuance of a CBDC in the next 3 years. So even though we've talked about CBDCs extensively, it does seem like it's going to take a little bit for these to be developed in every country. Because remember, every country doesn't agree and every country doesn't like each other. So they may or may not use CBDCs, but if they do, it will be a lot easier for them to make payments to different countries. The State Bank of Pakistan signed in new laws for electronic money institutions, aka non-bank entities offering digital payment instruments to ensure the timely issuance of the CBDC in the next 3 years. In addition to the timeline for adherence for the CBDC launch, the regulations warrant preventive measures against money laundering and terror financing while considering consumer protection and reporting requirements. Well, where have we heard that before? Of course, we're the government and we're here to protect you. Some of the scariest words you could ever hear. And of course, I don't know if we have Pakistan fans here. Even though you may think this doesn't affect you, you have to keep up with how many countries are developing CBDCs so that when you start to travel, that's going to be a big issue, maybe a digital passport. Also, excuse me, countries that use CBDCs will be interconnected. Much like BRICS, much like the SWIFT system, I think CBDCs is what's going to connect a lot of these countries. So you have to keep up on that. And the way it affects your portfolio is if you have any type of investments in an exchange, in a crypto, in a project, and it's in a country where they use CBDCs, just know that crypto project is not safe. They could, have a sweeping, it's not all America. They could have a sweeping regulation where they say, well, we're using CBDCs now, so this project is dead. And if you have some project created by somebody in, let's say, India or let's say Pakistan, you may run into some trouble there. So this is why it's important to keep up with the different countries with CBDCs, because I don't think every country will let them work alongside each other. I don't think they'll allow, some countries don't allow competition. I mean, China, you're not competing with the CCP. It's either us or or nothing. So make sure you keep up with that. Right now, we need to keep a running list of how many countries are using CBDCs. Right now, I know it's a good 20 or so that we've mentioned on the show, but I'm sure there's more. So let's look at our comments, see who we got here. Infinite Blink, the Alameda chick gonna flip. She might be talking to the FBI. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. I think she's gonna flip, definitely. If there's anybody I would look at and say, yeah, you definitely gonna snitch. Looking like a damn snitch. That is definitely her. So let's jump to our next story here. Novogratz, Galaxy Digital to acquire Celsius GK8 in bankruptcy garage sales. So Novogratz, good friend of mine, done a few events with him. He's actually trying to, I guess, acquire some of the GK8 in a bankruptcy garage sale because it's pretty cheap. The self-custody platform was acquired by Celsius back in 2021 for $115 million. And as you can see here, it's now set to change hands pending approvals. And of course, we want to wait until it actually happens, because remember, FTX won the bid for Voyager, and then FTX went under before they could even pay and purchase off their debt or pay their creditors. So this is a bid. This is not set in stone, but it's pending court approvals and certain closing conditions. And according to a blog post from GK8 and a press release from Galaxy, If the acquisition goes ahead, Galaxy will acquire the platform's nearly 40-strong team as part of the deal, including cryptographers and blockchain engineers and an office in Tel Aviv. And GK8 is a self-custody platform for managing blockchain-based assets, which offers custody, staking, DeFi, NFT support, tokenization, and trading. It's an all-encompassing type platform. And for people who have used these types of platforms, usually if they have too many debts, or if they've taken on too many loans, sometimes they can fail. Or if they got purchased by a company that failed, which is what happened here with Celsius, then of course you can slide right in. Mike Novogratz, being the billionaire that he is, and he, as he says here, he called the acquisition a crucial cornerstone in our effort to create a truly full-service financial platform for digital assets. Adding GK8 to our prime offering at this pivotal moment for our industry also highlights our continued willingness to take advantage of strategic opportunities to grow Galaxy in a sustainable manner. So it seems as though he's basically trying to show, hey, we're not broke, we have money. Some people may owe us, but we do have the funds to try and acquire institutions like that. That's an all-encompassing institution, and they'll have reach internationally. So good pickup there, Novogratz. However, you know, talking to him and some of the things that they're doing at Galaxy, this is not it. I'm sure there's more coming, but it is a bear market, so it's not going to be as much as they want, but it will be a substantial amount that I think he does as far as purchasing some of these companies. And a lot of these companies that are failing are, you know, bargain prices, discount prices right now. So it's not bad to scoop up some of these companies, because in a bull market, it could be very beneficial. So let's see who we got in the comments. Satoshi Slim Novogratz, that's the tattoo Terra Luna. Exactly. Yeah, that's him. I still haven't seen the tattoo. I saw him in person, but I forgot to ask him about seeing it. But yeah, he definitely has that tattoo. And then shout out to Trek. Make sure you check out his weekend updates and covering metaverses. Says he covered the same story. Novogratz could get it dirt cheap, like under 70 million. Exactly. And if you know anything about acquiring companies, this is the time to buy when there's blood in the streets. It's not just crypto and Bitcoin and stocks. Companies get bought when there's things going wrong as well. So definitely looking out for that. And let's go to our last story for the day. It's going to be pretty quick today. Got a lot of things to run around and do since coming back from Art Basel. Chinese court says NFTs are virtual property protected by the law. Oh man, so man, we gotta. I don't know if we can believe China, but hey, the court says it. It says that NFTs are unique digital assets that belong to the category of virtual property in a case where it had to confirm the legal attributes of NFTs. So the NFT collections that we know and love, they're all virtual property. They seem like that to us, but it was posted in a November 29 article by the Hangzhou Internet Court, which is a specialist internet court shared by crypto blogger Wu Blockchain. They revealed the favorable language for NFTs after they began cracking down on cryptocurrencies in 2021, leaving NFTs in a legal gray area. So NFTs have the object characteristics of property rights, such as value, scarcity, controllability, and tradability, and belong to network virtual property that should be protected by laws of our country. So it looks like, honestly, I think they're going to use NFTs to their advantage. And because NFTs are pretty ambiguous when you want to use them for a bunch of different things, they're still trying to figure it out. But at least they didn't come out like 2017 and just ban it. You know, Bitcoin's banned, Bitcoin, crypto's banned. They were just banning it till they could figure it out and take control. But I think NFTs lends itself more to being able to confirm legal attributes for a case, and digital collections that you have, you can use that for whatever, but they can use it for things like real estate or for other use cases that they consider unique digital assets. So shout out to China for basically clarifying that for them. I don't always believe what they say. So again, I take everything they say with a grain of salt. But due to this reason, the court said NFT digital collections belong in virtual property, and the transaction in the legal case is seen as the selling of digital goods through the internet, which is treated as an e-commerce business and is regulated by e-commerce law. So that's actually pretty positive and something that can be, you know, that's something that people can actually use, because if you leave it in a gray area and then 5 years later you show up, you're like, oh, well, that's illegal what you were doing, shut that down. That's not good for anybody. So it is pretty good that they are treating it as an e-commerce business, because that gives it more regulatory clarity. And I wonder if other countries will adopt the same thing, because even in America right now, NFTs, they have laws around them, but there's no clear-cut laws for every NFT because innovation happens too fast. I've seen NFT-fi, I've seen NFT for art, for music, for real-world use cases. So it's going to have to be some clarity, and it's probably going to have to be across the board as far as regulations, if they're going to happen. I mean, you know us. We much rather self-regulation and let people figure it out in a free market, but that's not going to happen. Somebody's going to come through. Some of their plans is going to come through with the regulations. So let's take a look at some of these last comments here. Let's see. 11 Super Mario. 23 countries with CBDC or testing. Yep. So about 20 or so. Let's see. Nerd Up caught you on PBS the other day. Oh yeah, shout out to PBS. If you didn't catch that, just go to PBS. They have a crypto documentary I'm featured on, well with a bunch of other people. Let's see, Satoshi Slim. That's crazy. Didn't expect that from him. What angle am I missing? It looks like I said before, they're positioning themselves to be able to use NFTs themselves, and to basically make money off of people who create these NFTs. I don't know their law extensively, but if they make it e-commerce, then you get taxed on it the way you will with e-commerce. So we'll see exactly how that works out. But short show today, people. Thank you all for joining. It's a beautiful Monday, December 5th. Make sure you jump on at 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific. Jump on the Discord where I'll be answering questions, talking with some of the warriors. And then this evening for coaching, if you have the masterclass, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, I will be on there showing you different ways to earn Bitcoin without trading. So a lot of ways that you can accumulate Bitcoin. We've talked about DeFi, which King has covered as well, crypto in general. So if you have that coaching class, make sure you jump on tonight. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5